Good evening, everybody. First, let us say hello to Harmony. I don't know if you can hear her, but she's meowing behind me. Ah, there she is. You hear her? There she is. Look at her. There's Harmony. Yeah, so hello, Harmony. She's doing rather well, everybody. Yes, she was pregnant. She had a kitten. Unfortunately, it was stillborn, so it was properly buried. She's doing well. However, her personality has changed quite a bit. She's way friendly. I mean, she was already friendly, but she's even more friendly now. And so it's been rather lovely. She's been a really good cat. Look at her. And she starts screaming at me the moment we go inside. Anyways, there you go. So I'm pointing the camera at this because I've got Roma tomatoes right there growing. See that? I transplanted those into the 6-inch pots. What was it, about 5 days ago? I have to take a look at my records, but yeah, there you go. And then right over here are some of the melons I germinated I planted. And I transplanted this one into also a 6-inch pot, and I believe these are relatively close to 5 gallons. I'm praying they are, because if they're not, I may have to do a transplant again. But I think this is going to be sufficient. So those are going to be melons, and those were seeds I harvested from last season's melons. So this is the second generation of my personal melon seeds. Peter's melons. That does not sound proper. Anyway, moving forward. I started seed on the 27th. We've got some basil going on here. There's some dark opal purple May 27th, excuse me. Basil, dark opal purple. And behind it, this is called Cece's basil. The variety is actually just basil, but my daughter's best friend's name is Cece. Cecilia. Cece. And she gave me a packet of basil seeds. So what I'm doing is growing them, and I named them Cece's basil. There you go. The marigolds, put them in was it 6-inch pots? No, 3-inch. I don't know what that is. I have to take a look again. Anyway, these are going to be transplanted under the windows out in the garden. One of the is going to go underneath the window where it's the cat's bedroom, and it's going to help alleviate any odors going in there, because that's where their room is. It's just for the cats. They've got a whole bedroom to themselves. Oh, I can't wait to do a video on a transformation on the box spring that's in there, because I want to convert it into a playhouse / sleep bed for the cats, now that I have the proper tools. Anyway, that's a whole other video, or other channel, I guess. Right over here we've got, what are these? Oh, these are the winter squash. Now, these take a while to mature, because you usually harvest them in the winter, or at least late fall. And I'm so eager to try these. Now, the last vegetable I went ahead and got adventurous with was kohlrabi, which was picked out also by my daughter. And that vegetable is phenomenal, guys. It is delicious. You've got to definitely eat kohlrabi. And I'm going to test out a recipe I caught online, and it was kohlrabi french fries. And so I can tell you this much: steam it with white rice in like 1/4-inch cubes, or even 16-inch cubes, and add some soy sauce, some sauteed mushrooms, onions, garlic, and wrap it in a wheat tortilla with some hot sauce. And I can tell you right now, heaven, delicious. And guess what? It's vegetarian, so I think maybe even vegan. The basil, I'm going back over here because I just noticed I've been keeping them watered regularly. Look at the sprouts. That's on Cece's basil. Her sprouts sprouted right away. And there's a real tiny one right there. I don't know if you can see. I don't have the... Oh, good Lord. Let me see. I'm trying to get close. No, you really can't see it on camera. But I can tell you right now, it is a sprout in there. And maybe I'm wasting time here. I'm determined to show you that sprout, and I think it's right there. Let me move it into this light a little bit. And there it is. See it? Right there. It's tiny. Anyway, tomorrow I guarantee you there'll be more. So these have been growing rather quickly. Sorry about that. I just killed one of the assaults on my arm by a mosquito. So there you go. Now, the reason why I'm filming this rather late is because I want to show you this over here as well. And this is kind of like a mini garden tour, I guess. I kind of didn't want to do one because I was really uncomfortable with the state of the garden. But I guess I call this part with the paths and whatnot and where the compost is, I call that the walking garden, because you'll walk along it and you will see flowers and whatnot. And again, this is a work in progress. So um, I will show you some seed I started on next video. It's those California poppies. I'm determined to grow some of those guys. I'm massively determined to grow some of those. It's really becoming frustrating, but I'm going to do it. So this little area right here, if you can see it in camera, okay, with the branch and everything. I don't know if you noticed little stringy things on that, but these are grow lights. Oh, excuse me, garden lights, fairy lights. And this may pop on any second, but I want you to see what it looked like before it popped on. The vines growing up around it are from the morning glories that grew last season. And they allowed them to stay on. I cleared out some. I even kept some seeds on them. So these went to seed by themselves. And the idea is to have them grow up all around this, okay, and cultivate a little opening. So there's a little door down there and whatnot, and like right here and everything. And what's going to happen is I'm going to train them to wrap up around the garden lights, which they're already doing pretty much on their own. Again, these lights may pop on any second now because they're the first ones to go on. See that? They're growing up right around it, and they're all up on this string right here as well, and they've managed to wrap themselves up around the pole right there. Look at that. Fantastic. I'm really excited because that's going to look really like crazy, magical, awesome. And so what I did, I told you that I planted these and I forgot what they were. Well, I found out what I did because I found the label. Those are called Jumpin' Johnnies, another vine plant, and I've been training them to grow up on the other side, on this side. And the reason why I did this is because the colors that these are going to produce are going to really like work well with the colors the morning glories are going to produce. And I'm really excited to see that. And then when these lights come on, which again, they may pop off any second. They may come on any second. Look at that. That's from the morning glory vine right there. And here are the Jumpin' Johnnies. And there we are on those. And of course inside the garden beans. Right there, you see that? And the idea is to have the morning glories, and they're really established, you know, so they're going to grow up and they're going to go along all of this. I'm going to readjust this area right here because I'm not happy with it. And I'm getting rid of those 2 tiki torches because I've got 2 new ones in a set of 12 that I'm going to place there. Actually, I'm going to reorder some. I'm going to get the taller ones because the ones I got are only about 5 foot. So they're not very tall. They're perfect for the food garden. But there you go right there. And so I will stop the video and I will pop this on in just one moment. Hold on. And there we go. Told you. Look at that. It's going to be awesome, isn't it? And you can't imagine when those vines grow up all around where I'm training them, just like come dawn, just before the lights go out, or even on one of those full moon nights. It's going to look amazing, and I'm just excited. And what's really nice about that is that on the inside of that are edible food. I've got garden beans growing in there. So I think that's just fantastic. And so I wanted you to see that, and there you go.